Hi, welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. And this is my What Will I Make series where I take some sort of pre-cut, adds like some background and borders, make something out of it. And I usually use a free tutorial or pattern, and this time it's from Missouri Star. I think they've all been from Missouri Star actually. But I have a layer cake called Scottish Charms. There's a look at all the prints on the back. I also have an inner border fabric and outer border and some binding. And I also have this simple wedge template large from Missouri Star. So what am I going to make? Well, I'm going to make the simple diamonds quilt from Missouri Star. I will link in the description box the tutorial from Missouri Star. But basically, I'm going to cut 2 of these wedge squares on every layer cake, and one will go down, one will go up, and it will make a diamond out of that fabric, and then we'll put them all together so there'll be a bunch of diamonds in the quilt. So let me turn everything around, and we're going to start cutting. Okay, so I have my stack layer cakes here, my 10-inch squares, all through there. Got some paw prints and Scotty dogs all through there. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to cut them all apart using this template. Now this is Scottish Charm by Kanvas Studios from Benartex. Now this is a old layer cake. I have already cut these white pieces because these white pieces are going to go on the end of all my rows. So let's see. I'm going to take about 4, I think. I'll go 6. Why not? Sometimes I go up to 8 layers at a time. I'm going to cut 6 right now. All right, so I'm just going to lay this here. Going to push that all the way to the corner. Going to make a cut. I'm just going to extend that cut all the way there. So that piece I will need in a minute to cut again. I'm going to turn this around. You could use a rotating mat. It's just easier for me just to turn it around. Line it up. Cut. There's my waist, and then I'm going to turn it around. And I'm doing this so I will have just a sliver of those pink edges to cut off because I don't like pink edges. So there we go. Getting rid of those pink edges. So I'm going to have a little bit of mess with the pink edges, but that's okay. I'd rather get them off now. So those are cut. Then I'm going to take this over here. Just line it all up. There we go. Just going to line that up with that first diagonal cut. And then I can take this, chop that off, turn, and then cut that, flip that. Moved a little bit at the end. I'm gonna. There we go. So those are my wedge templates there. Wedge squares. So I got all those. I'm just going to keep going until this whole stack is cut. Okay, so up here, I need to put this white wedge here at the beginning because that was going to be the beginning and end of all these. So these 2 are going to go. And when I sew these or pin these on, when I turn these over, I need to make sure that I have just a little bit poking out on both ends. 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch there. 1/4 inch on the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to put some pins in here. And I'm going to do that for that whole first row. I know I can't get my camera to go back any farther, so I can let you see what I did, but hopefully you got the idea. Okay. Now I'm going to do the second row, or not the second row, the second set. Again, just overlapping it by 1/4 inch. Putting some pins in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and work my way through here until I've got all of 7 of those rows put together here, or at least pinned together and sewn and pressed. And then we'll be back for the assembly. Okay, so I have sewn and pressed all these. Did it 2 at a time. I did all of that for row 1 and then right into row 2. So a big assembly line here. So now I'm just going to start cutting apart and I'm going to lay them up here again just to make sure the layout is still where I want it. They didn't get all switched. So this is up here in row 1 I'm laying out. I know it's kind of hard to see. There is up there in row 1. Now when I did press these, the rows in opposite directions. So this first row, they're all being pressed that way, and the second row, they'll all be pressed the other way. All right, still laying it out. After I lay them, make sure I didn't get anything mixed up, then I can pin all of those rows together. All right. Now we're going to start laying out these second rows here. Okay, so there's that diamond there that's matching up. Making sure the rest of these match up. There's that diamond matching up. Matching up. Okay, so I'm just going to continue, lay out my row 2, and then I will pin row 1 and then put 2 up and lay out 3 and continue to make sure they're all in order and that nothing got mixed up. Then I'll be back when it's time to sew all the rows together. Okay, so I have the center of this quilt top all pressed, and the sides of these, I have these little hills and valleys, or whatever you want to call them. So I need to straighten that up and make that straight. So what I'm going to do is I got my big long ruler here. I'm going to put that 1/4 inch there. And then down here, I need to put that on 1/4 inch. There we go. And I'm going to cut all of this off. All right. Then I just need to move it on down. Do this to both sides. Kind of straighten it out here a little bit. All right, that's at 1/4 inch. That's at 1/4 inch. I'm off my cutting mat. There we go. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, I'm going to finish doing this to both sides. Okay, the center of this quilt top is all done. I know it's kind of hard to see how it is, but next I'm just going to add some borders, which I have my 2.5 inch inner border to go around next, and then I have this 6 inch black border after that, and this will be my binding. So I'm going to start adding all the borders, and after I get all the borders on, I'll hang it up and I'll let you see what it looks like. And it is all done. There's a look at that quilt top. We're going down a little bit. Now this is 60 by 73. So what will I make with the Scottish Charms layer cake? Well, I made the Simple Diamonds quilt from Missouri Star. We're going to go back up. All right, till next time. Bye.